Pregnancy advice can feel like someone dumped 900 rules into your kitchen and then whispered, "Good luck. Do not eat this. Definitely eat that. Walk more. Rest more. Call your doctor, but also do not overreact." So here is the calmer model. Pregnancy is not a panic project. It is a few boring systems that help catch risk early: appointments, nutrients, food safety, movement, vaccines, warning signs, and mental health. Quick medical note before we get useful. This is educational, not a diagnosis, and not a replacement for your own clinician. Pregnancy is extremely personal. Twins, diabetes, high blood pressure, prior losses, medications, age, access to care, and local vaccine guidance can all change the advice. So use this as a map for smarter questions, not as permission to ignore the person actually caring for you. The first boring system is prenatal care. The World Health Organization recommends at least 8 antenatal contacts because pregnancy risk is not one big event at the end. It is a series of checks: blood pressure, growth, symptoms, labs, screening, fetal movement, and questions that sound small until they are not. The appointment is not just a calendar event. It is the dashboard. The second system is nutrition, and no, this does not mean becoming a monk who only eats salmon and spinach. ACOG and NIH resources consistently point to a few key building blocks: folate or folic acid for neural tube development, iron for expanding blood volume, iodine for thyroid and brain development, vitamin D, choline, protein, and enough fluids. The goal is not perfect eating. It is covering the predictable gaps. Folic acid deserves its own moment because the timing is rude. CDC recommends 400 micrograms daily for anyone who could become pregnant because major neural tube development happens very early, often before someone knows they are pregnant. That is why prenatal vitamins are usually not about luxury wellness. They are about boring timing. Food advice gets noisy, so sort it into risk filters. CDC says there is no known safe amount, time, or type of alcohol during pregnancy. ACOG says moderate caffeine, under 200 milligrams a day, is generally acceptable. FDA and EPA advise 8 to 12 ounces a week of lower mercury fish. And food safety matters because pregnant people are at higher risk from infections like listeria. This is not about moral purity. It is about reducing predictable risk. The fourth system is movement. For uncomplicated pregnancies, ACOG recommends at least 150 minutes of moderate-intensity aerobic activity each week. Moderate means you can talk, not deliver a TED Talk while sprinting uphill. Exercise is linked with benefits like better fitness, less back pain for some people, and lower risk of certain pregnancy complications. But the phrase uncomplicated pregnancy matters. If your clinician gives limits, those limits win. The fifth system is vaccines. This is where local timing and medical history matter, so ask your clinician. CDC pregnancy vaccine guidance commonly includes flu vaccine, jab during each pregnancy to protect against whooping cough, RSV vaccine in a seasonal window for some pregnancies, and COVID guidance depending on current recommendations. The basic idea is simple. Pregnancy changes immune risk, and some antibodies can help protect the baby after birth. Now, the serious part. CDC's urgent maternal warning signs include things like a severe headache that will not go away, vision changes, chest pain, trouble breathing, severe belly pain, heavy bleeding, fever, extreme swelling, thoughts of harming yourself or the baby, and a major change in the baby's movement later in pregnancy. Do not turn this into a horror checklist. Turn it into a rule. If something feels severe, sudden, or wrong, call for help. One reason appointments matter is blood pressure. ACOG explains that preeclampsia is a serious high blood pressure condition that usually happens after 20 weeks. Symptoms can include headaches, vision changes, swelling of the face or hands, shortness of breath, and pain in the upper abdomen. Sometimes there are not obvious symptoms. That is why the boring cuff on your arm is doing real work. The seventh system is mental health. ACOG recommends screening for depression and anxiety during pregnancy and after birth. That matters because pregnancy is not only a body project. Sleep disruption, Fear, identity changes, prior trauma, money stress, and hormones can all land at the same time. If your mind feels unsafe, flat, panicked, or unlike you, that is not a character flaw. It is a care signal. A simple trimester map can lower the noise. First trimester. Confirm the pregnancy, start prenatal care, manage nausea, and cover early nutrients. Second trimester. Anatomy scan, movement becomes more noticeable and many people feel more functional. Third trimester. Blood pressure, fetal movement, growth, vaccines, birth planning, and postpartum support get more important. The body is not doing the same assignment every month. Here is the most useful practical habit in the whole video. Bring 5 questions to every visit. What changed since last time? What symptoms are normal for me? What symptoms are urgent? What should I track at home? And what happens before the next visit? That tiny script turns a rushed appointment into a risk review. Very unglamorous. Extremely useful. So the pregnancy system is not memorize every rule on the internet. It is check, ask, track, eat enough, move safely, reduce obvious risks, know the warning signs, and call early when something feels wrong. The boring stuff is not boring because it is small. It is boring because it works best when you repeat it before there is drama.